everyone, got something really exciting to show you today. I'm going to be making a neon splatter cake. So yeah, super excited. I've prepped my kitchen and I'll show you that in a bit. But for the moment, I'm just going to show you what I've got here. So I've pre-mixed some neon coloured buttercream. So you can see the luminous yellow and the hot pink, which is my favourite. So this is just American buttercream mixed with Americana electric colours to achieve these hues, but this you can see is like really thick. That's not going to really splat, so it needs to be a runnier consistency. So what I'm going to do is water it down and then practice the splats and see. I've never done this before, first time, so we'll learn together. Right, so I've got a 1/4 teaspoon measuring here. Oh, a bit much. You can see that it's thinned down the buttercream a lot. Whether or not it's still the right consistency, I don't know. Definitely looser than it was. I would say that's still too thick. I'm going to put a bit more. So that's another 1/4 teaspoon I put in. Give it a mix. Right, so that's a lot thinner now. I'm gonna see if it's thin enough. So here I've got a Wilton Food Safe brush. You can use any brand, but this is the one I've got. And take some of the buttercream on. Don't want too much on because I don't want to make a mess. Well, I do want to make a mess, but only on the cake, not my kitchen. And I'm just gonna see. I wouldn't think that's runny enough, to be honest. I'll add some more water. So it's best to do this bit by bit, because if you've got too little, you can always add more, but if you put too much, it's a bit difficult to remove it. And then you end up having to add more buttercream and more colour. I guess you kind of want it like a paint consistency, because with paint, if you put it on a brush and then you splat it, it will do what you want it to do, which is splat. So that's what I'm just going to aim for. Let me have a look. So this is definitely runnier. Okay, right. Ah, much better. And so if I take more, too much, my brush, and that's lovely. Right, so I'm going to go ahead and do that to the rest of the colours, and then I will show you how to put it on a cake. So now I've mixed my buttercream colours with water, and they are all of a really like thin sort of paint consistency. I'm ready to splat them on the cake, feeling a bit nervous here. What we have here is a 7-inch 4-layer cake, which is covered in black buttercream, as you can see. So what I'm going to do first is take the pink. Pink's my favourite. I'm going to start with pink. And I'm just going to get the spoon so it's not in the way. What we're going to do, right, I'm going to start on what I think would be the back of the cake. Every cake has a back, basically. And if you're a baker, you'll know that it's the side that doesn't look the greatest, or basically when you're scraping, it's where, you know, when you stop scraping, you kind of get that sort of, you can see that you stop scraping at that point. So I'm going to say that that's my back. And what I'm going to do is take some buttercream on the brush, not too much. And you can see, so what, sorry, I should explain. What I've done first actually is I've taken some cake box lids, some spare cake box lids that I had, and I've stuck them onto my wall, because if I get luminous buttercream on my walls, my husband will probably divorce me. So what I've done is I've tried to buttercream proof my kitchen as much as I can, and I'm just going to hope for the best because I really don't fancy spending the rest of the afternoon cleaning up. Right, so I've got some buttercream on this brush, and I'm just going to flick it, I don't know if you can see because of the angle, at the cake. And this is like so fun, probably the most fun cake that I've done, and so I'm super thankful that I've been asked to do this. So what I'm realising quite quickly here is you need to fill up on every flick in order, and can you see I've just got some which would have been my wall if I hadn't protected it, so well done me. And I forgot to top up again. And what the best thing to do is kind of keep rotating the cake, keep loading up your paintbrush, but also do the flicks in opposite directions as well, so that you get a really nice effect. Load up the paintbrush, and just, oh my goodness, that was a big one. And just have fun with it, really. This is great. I'm loving this, actually. Let's see if I can do some this way. Okay. Bearing in mind, I'm using 5 colours, so what I'm going to do is not go in too heavy with the pink, and then leave some space for the rest of the colours as well. And then I can always like top it up after if I think there's not enough pink. There's never enough pink, let's be honest. But that's just my opinion. Feeling so thankful that I have covered my walls at this point, because my goodness me, I just hope nothing has managed to get through the cracks. Right, so that's my pink done, and there we go, you can have a look. Hot pink and black just looks amazing. It's my favourite combo. So yeah, loving that. And then what I'm going to do is start with the next colour. So let's choose green. So what you need to do when you've finished with a colour is rinse off the paintbrush, because obviously it's got pink on it. So the good thing here is you don't have to dry the paintbrush, because if it's wet it doesn't hinder what you're trying to do here. That to me is not looking as thin as I'd like. I think because I can see the pink and this looks different. I'm just going to add a bit more water. Right, here we go, we're going to go in with the green. Pink and green, lovely. So take some of the excess off and just flick. Wow, great colour. Can you see that? That looks awesome. The top here, so I'm just going to flick a bit higher. My poor kitchen. But hey ho. Everything can be cleaned. What I'm going to do, because I'm conscious that all my lines are very vertical, try and go in an angle and just try and get some funky shapes going. Not quite. There we go. Right, so there we go. We've got the pink and we've got the green. Next, I think I'm going to try purple. So we've got purple here. Again, that doesn't look right to me, so I'm going to add about half a teaspoon of water to it. Move the brush, it's not in the way. Right. Oh, got more on the box than I did on the cake there. My daughter is going to be so gutted that she's at school and not helping me with this. This cake is actually for her cousin, so she'd try to use all the excuses in the world just to get involved, because it's a cake for family. Which I'm so happy that I got this order actually, because wow, what fun. Honestly, I can't even tell you. My floor is looking a bit of a state, but hey ho, there's my Friday afternoon. Maybe I'll just send them the bill. And yeah, I've gone in really vertically with this one, so I'm just going to add a bit more at different angles. so there's the purple. So what we've got left is blue and yellow. I'm really looking forward to adding some blue to this actually, because yeah, it's just a different hue completely. So I'm going to add half a teaspoon of water to the blue. This is great fun. Right, ready to go in with the blue. So just to show you why I'm so excited, you can see the colours on the cakes of pink, purple, green, and look at this blue, it's amazing. So there we go. Right. I'm going to make sure to go in at different angles with this one because I haven't been with the rest, I think. Oh, that's a great consistency, that one is. So I think I probably made these a little bit looser than the rest, and it's flicking wonderfully. Such a different contrast to the colours that we've got on at the moment. Oh, my poor kitchen. I know it's going all over the board, and usually when you finish a cake you clean up the cake board, but it's adding to the effect with this one. And I've used a black cake board, as you can see, because the cake's black and you've got the neon colours, and I just don't think white would look as good, but then that's down to opinion. Right, missing a bit of blue. Well, we have some, but can always add more. There we go. And then it's time for the yellow. So I'm going to add 3/4 of a teaspoon of water, because I've just learned from the rest that seems to be what I need. Lovely. Can you see? That is the perfect consistency. It's literally like water, thicker than water, but lovely and runny, and that's what you need it to be. Get rid of the spoon. Right, okay, right. Excited to use the yellow again because it's a completely different hue, so yeah, it should just lift things, I think. There we go, lovely. Looking great. Yeah, the yellow's great. Oh, just checking the floor that I'm not stepping on any neon buttercream, which I kind of am. I'm not going to show you my floor because, yeah, it doesn't look great. I did try to protect it. I'm not sure if you can see it, but anyway, here we have my first neon splat cake. I'm so happy with that, actually. I think it looks amazing, and I think when my daughter sees it, she's going to want that for her next birthday. As you can see, I'm so happy that I put this against my wall because it hasn't got through any of the gaps, and it's just on the cardboard at the back, so I can pretty much just take them off and chuck them in the bin, which is the best. So, winning. Hi everyone, so wanted to show you the finished product, my first attempt at a neon splat cake. Here we go. So I've got this, managed to get this awesome topper from Papel Cuts. They have an Instagram page, so go look them up because they did a fabulous job. I've also added some balls onto it. So what I did was get the polystyrene balls, dip them in chocolate, so the chocolate coloured black, and then let them set in the freezer so they go really sort of hard. And then when I was doing the splats, I didn't actually show you, but I did the splats on the balls as well, just to kind of give it a nice finish. So yes, I've added some polystyrene balls covered in chocolate, and I've also just got some silver balls, which I got from eBay, just to kind of break it up and give it a bit more of a party disco feel. So here's a cake. Here we go. Give it a good spin. I love it. This is actually probably my favourite cake to date, I think. I had so much fun making it, and I would love to do another one, so if anyone wants to order it, please do. There's a few things I wanted to note with this cake. So one, I used buttercream to cover it, and then I did buttercream for the splats, and like really watered down buttercream for the splats. I did toy with using royal icing, royal icing coloured with the neon colours, but the problem with that is I read a few baking blogs, and they were saying that perhaps the buttercream might absorb the neon royal icing rather than let it sit on the surface, because obviously it's made of water. So I decided, well, buttercream is going to be a safe option, and it will work. What I did use, and I actually would highly recommend, was the Americolor colours. I've never used this brand before, but they were the only ones that I could find that did the neon colours. So for example here, this is the hot pink. This is what the bottle looks like. It's at 21 grams, little tiny bottle, but like you saw, a couple of drops and you get like really vibrant colours like this, so I think it would last like ages. First time I've used neons, and highly recommend this brand. It coloured buttercream really easy. I think my only wish is that it would colour chocolate, because I think that would be a real game changer. And that's it. I think there are a few other ways you could do this, and if I was to do it again, potentially I might try and cover the cake in black chocolate ganache, and then I'd quite like to try the royal icing, paint splats. And I think if I did cover the cake in chocolate ganache, then if I wanted to use royal icing, it would be fine, because the chocolate wouldn't absorb the royal icing, which is then mixed with water, right? So that is another thing that could work. But for a first attempt, I'm more than happy with what I've produced here, and I think that this topper definitely finishes off perfectly. Thanks for watching. I just wanted to quickly show you at the end the mess that is my kitchen. But the cardboards that I put on the wall, like, definitely saved my kitchen and saved a hell of a lot of cleaning up, because that would have gone. I mean, splashbacks are okay, you can clean them, but obviously above it's just a painted wall, and yeah, that wouldn't have been fun to clean that, or try to clean that. And yeah, my worktop, so yeah. Put some paper towel here as well, so that kind of saved some of it going on the floor. But as you can see, there is some on the floor, but it's not too bad actually. I'm quite pleased with that. Yeah, and the neon paints are quite pigmented, so I got some on my fingers the other day when I was just testing the colours, and wow, really bright. So I think they would probably stain, but I mean, on a worktop, obviously, just with cleaning solution, and because it's watered down, I don't think it will be as bad. But yeah, I think, my goodness, so happy that I protected my walls.